So, welcome back to Fixing Up the Commonwealth, back at Sunshine Tidings today. And before we get started into the build, I thought I'd just show you around. There's a lot of little subtle things that I've kind of been doing, fixing up and improving the settlement. So I just wanted to quickly run around and show you a few things that I don't think were worthy of a build as such, but lots of little subtle things that I've been up to. So you can see I've added a little chain link gate in here, which Kate's going to demonstrate maybe. She's thinking about it. So I added a little bit of a chain link gate in here just to stop people from walking straight in. I've boarded up this area here, and you can see there's a door up to the left there. I've used the little trick that I use where I just use this part of the barn tab as a doorway. Got a little office in here, still got a little bit of decorating to go in here, and I've added a little armoury in here, a little bit more decoration to go in there. Reason I haven't showed you any of this is purely because it's mostly decoration, so I'm going to get some power in here also. Okay, so that's all been done. And the house up the top here, I've done a little bit of fixing upper work. You can see they've got balustrades in there, posh word, which is just kind of adds a little bit more to things. I've still got a bit of work to do in here, to be honest.
If you ain't been up to see Grey Garden, you should go. Whole place?
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
You can see I've put a door in here now. Still got a bit of work to do in there, but that's a work in progress. So down at the bottom here, what have we done down the bottom? Oh yeah, that's right. Let's run down here. Now we're going to concentrate on this little area here today. Ooh, it's probably not good for your head. So in here we've done some work to the office. A nice little office now. Made it a separate room. A little bit of decoration to do in this immediate area here, and thank you for the suggestion from one of the viewers. We've added a little room in here, got a little toilet in there now. Top of the stairs, fantastic. And I think the only other thing that I've done is I've got to work a little bit on the walls here. And usually what I would do a settlement is I use this as a natural wall, but I've got rid of the doorway down here and just blocked it up with a junk fence. So I can build something in there now at some point, or in here. So lots of little subtle stuff, like I said, that probably don't want a full video, but so I've just gone around and tinkered. So this space here. Let's get into building, and thanks to Ghost Rider for his suggestion on what we can build in here today. So we'll get into the build menu. So here we go, we're in the build menu now, and I'm going to use a pre-made structure as the starting point for this, and then we'll build around it, and you'll see what I mean in a second, if I can find it, if I can remember where it is. So it's in here somewhere, I think. Remember it? Lots and lots of stuff, and there's lots of these pieces that I've had for a long time that I've never ever used. So I want to start to challenge myself to use these. So here it is. This is what we're going to use here, which is from Nuka World, but we're going to give it a bit of a twist. So we'll just drop that there. I think it will fit in nicely with what we're going to do. You can see I've removed all the junk here in preparation now. Excuse me. You would see there's a foundation down there. You wouldn't believe the problems I had just to get a foundation piece in. So I've done a quick walk through this particular build at one point just to see how it would all work, and yeah, it was quite the expedition. Put a little foundation down here. Wanted it a little bit away from the house and a little bit of an angle. So now we can put this thing in here. Beautiful. And then I'll just work around this depending on where we end up getting this to place. It's a bit finicky. There we go. Places there. So I want the door about in the middle here somewhere. Perfecto. I'll just pull that across a fraction. There we go. Where's the so we want the door to line up with that. There we go. Beautiful. Just like that. It actually looks as though it's starting to get dark. So let me check what the time is and we'll come back. Okay, so here we go. So what I was thinking while sitting waiting for that to load is I had a little bit of flash inspiration. So I'm going to try something here. See if it works. Hopefully, fingers crossed it will. And why don't we actually bring this across a little bit. See, that's wider than anticipated it would be, but that's okay. So make that the doorway there. We just need to push that a little bit, a fraction that way. Okay, cool. And maybe just try and line this up like that. And we can put a foundation piece in there and we should be good. Or not. I might go to the tried and trusted little one. Like that. And now we just got to line this all up. So it sits on there. And a flash. It's kind of an odd shape there, and I could resize it, I guess, but don't really want to do that unless I absolutely have to. Yeah, that's good enough. We'll fill that gap in a little bit later. Okay, fantastic. So we're going to use the warehouse tab today for this. You probably already guessed what we're going to make, but for those of you that haven't, read on, I guess. Luckily, with Workshop Rearranged, they come with they give us these long pieces, so that helps in this build immensely. And one of the things that I really did struggle with, and I had to work really hard, was to get enough room so that these walls would clip in, and they weren't too close to the power station there. So we'll make a little greenhouse in here because I think it works with the overall look. We have the barn next door, we have the house, and now we'll build a big greenhouse in here. And this entranceway is perfect for that because it all looks as though it works with that. So okay, we probably need a set of stairs to go up there, so I'm going to go to the concrete tab and I'm just going to grab those stairs because they look as though they would fit in there, just like that. Hopefully, yep. There we go. Yep, that all goes with the metal and the concrete look. And this is going to be a pretty straightforward kind of build. There's nothing overly complicated about it. But I will show you a few little tricks that I've kind of picked up from a few people that'll make your greenhouse look just that little bit different if this ever snaps on here. Not sure if those cables are interfering with anything. It should be on that side anyway. There we go, that's better. Pretty straightforward kind of build with this. If you haven't used this before, you shouldn't have any dramas with it. Now I think you get this greenhouse with one of the DLCs, but I certainly know you can get it with a number of different mods. So either or, whatever suits you. So the wire's going to be interfering with that now. So we'll just store that for now so we can get the roof in and we can fix that up a little bit later. So there you go. Nice big greenhouse. So I have these plots here in the, not the defensive one, in the food resources, I have these little plots that you can put down, and they come in varying sizes. So that's too big. So we might put either the medium, probably the medium. So you can put them in just like that, and then you can grow stuff. Their detection's a bit weird, I guess, for what I want to do, but we can just use place anywhere to convince it into place. And they do overlap, which is quite nice. So quite a soft kind of resource, so you can just do like this and we'll plant a whole lot of stuff in those. And then I think with the rest we'll do some planter tables and whatnot. So pretty nice little resource. Now the other thing you can do, and I'm going to steal an idea that I saw my good friend Z14 do in one of his builds, is that you can put kind of pseudo, I would put it down first, you can make it look as though there's a sprinkler system in here. How you do that is you use the push that away a little bit so I can see it. Use the conduits like this. So if you haven't used the conduits before, I used to wire all my settlements with these, but I haven't used them forever because I now know the wire glitch trick. So there's a whole range of these that you can get your teeth into. Now the trick here that I've found is that I get a little one in, and then I can snap these little kind of junctions in. And it's a bit fiddly. When I first done this, see that squint, that's not quite straight, and that means that this one here isn't lining up. That one there isn't quite lining up, and it's not straight. So this is the tricky part for you, but because you're going across quite an expanse. But once you get this right, it should be good. It's just that weird angle that Fallout gives you sometimes. We'll see if that's improved things. And it's just a case of playing around with this until you get it right, and that's what's going to take you the time. The concept is pretty simple. There we go. Let's see if we're going to line up. We're still a little bit off, but it's not too bad. I can sort of live with that. Yeah, it's a bit squint, but I don't think you're going to really notice that too much. And just see what fits in here. See, that's a bit too long, so I might just use one of these small ones and one of these longer ones. And another small one. It's not going to quite fit in there, but that's okay. It probably, let's see what that fits okay. But people aren't actually going to be looking up and saying, hang on, that doesn't fit. So I'll fix that up in a little bit. And it's just a rinse and repeat exercise. So thank you, Z14. I hope you don't mind me stealing your fantastic idea, mate. But I saw that and said, you know what, that's just something that I would never have thought of. And just adds a little bit more to the overall feel, vibe and look, and sells the kind of lore. Okay, so that's not going to work, is it? So I wonder if the long one, I might just put the long one on there. So play around. If you're building the greenhouse, just a little thing that you might want to try. And you can see it certainly looks like a sprinkler system. I like it a lot. I'm sure there's some things you can put on there that would fix that right up and make it look even more like sprinklers. So I'm going to use these, where are they? Those tables there. I've got these double tables like that. They go in there. We'll put some planters on there. And we suddenly got a huge big planting resource, and we'll decorate that up. And once I've got it decorated and ready to go, I'll do a tour. So there you go. By the magic of video editing, we'll do a quick tour here. And we will pose the question for today. So let's go and have a good look at it. We've got our mandatory pretty flamingos at the front door, guarding the property. I think I've got to do a little bit more decoration in the front here. Put a couple of lockers in, but I need to push them up a bit further. Luckily Creative Clutter has all these nice little plants all over the place, and they really do help. So we see we're growing a whole lot of things like carrots and brain fungus and all kinds of all that good stuff. And yeah, just added lots of little bits and pieces. I've already got somebody in here working, growing some carrots and some corn. And yeah, just a nice simple little build. I like the overall look of it, and it fits in nicely. Little greenhouse, real quick and easy little build, but I think it works with the vibe that we're going for. I'm not sure that now that this electrical area works there now, so we might have to relocate that. So that's the question for today. Do you think we should relocate this electrical room, or reconfigure it to blend in a little bit more with this vibe? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for supporting the series, guys, and we will catch you later.